Siopao is the Philippine cuisine indigenized version of the Cantonese steam bun called Char Siu Bao. In Chinese, it is called baozi. Siopao was introduced to the Philippines by Ma Munluk, a Cantonese immigrant, in 1918. It is a famous Chinese-Filipino snack sold mostly in Chinese restaurants or by sidewalk vendors in the Philippines. Another culinary techniques that the Filipinos were taught include rice cakes or tikoy, and then ampao. Pancit are noodles and the dishes made from them, usually made with rice noodles. Noodles were introduced into the Philippines by Chinese immigrants in the archipelago, and over the centuries have been fully adapted into local cuisine, of which there are now numerous variants and types. Setting up of 12 round fruits during New Year. A few days before New Year's Eve, Filipinos would put 12 round fruits on their table. The number 12 symbolizes the month in a year. Feng experts say this practice would attract happiness, prosperity, and good healthy in one family. Street foods. The history of Filipino street food is not one thing, but many. It is always authentic, but can often be traced back to the dozen foreign influences that have shaped the country's history. Street food can still be found on almost every street corner in the major cities throughout the Philippines. And lately, they have become even more accessible with night markets that stay open until 2 a.m. Playing cards. Playing cards are not difficult to find anywhere you go in the Philippines. It should be no surprise then to learn that card games have been a favorite pastime among Filipinos for generations. Over time, playing cards in the Philippines have been monopolized as a state-owned industry, been the focus of moral panic, and even been regulated by dictatorial decree. The origins of playing cards lie in dice, from which developed Chinese dominoes and mahjong tiles. Giving cash as gifts. In China, red envelopes, angpao, are the standard gift for any celebration, and they are considered the best gifts because the recipient can do anything with the money. Although there are some Filipinos who think that receiving cash gifts are less thoughtful, there are also a number of Filipinos who prefer cash as gifts, especially during weddings, to avoid duplication of gifts.
Nat, happy birthday.
Saan ba?
Ako nang laywa hatag ni mo gift. Imuha na. Ikaw na nagbahala na kung sa imong ganahan balitot.
Nagkahanaan ni pa Salamat kayo pa.
Maong ginagawa makaya.
Palitan di ko sa akong gusto. Salamat kayo pa.
Sige, you're welcome.
Lighting, fireworks, and firecrackers. In New Year, no New Year celebration would be complete without fireworks and firecrackers. This belief, which originated from Chinese, could ward off bad luck and the evil spirits. The fireworks display is also their way of starting the new year with a bright and colorful start. Family structure. The Chinese way of family structure also heavily influenced the traditional Filipino family structure. The traditional Filipino structure is very rigid, authoritarian, and uses Chinese-based nomenclature. The eldest son is called Kuya, and the eldest daughter is referred to as Ate. Both Kuya and Ate have authority and responsibility over their siblings. Sweeping during at night or maniligo gabi. Someone might have scolded you for sweeping the floor at night. People nowadays believe that this meant that you are sweeping away fortune. The origin is said to be from the time when lamps were the only source of light and cleaning at night is risky, and one might sweep away something valuable without notice. Chinese garter is called Chinese jump rope in other countries. It originated from China in the 7th century. They play it before during the celebration of Chinese New Year. It was passed from generation to generation and has become popular even in other countries. Always looking for a bargain, frugality is an integral part of the Chinese culture.
Oo, kasama yung mga boss.
Ano yung reverse?
Extra, 500.
In fact, the classic Chinese text Tao Te Ching states that the three greatest treasures one can have are love, frugality, and generosity. If you ever visit China, you have to ask at least 50 to 75% of scores. He shared. Lu added that this Chinese behavior earned the Chinese the cheapskate stereotype.
Really, 210 lang. Hangyo lang, boss. Wait.
This rings a bell for Filipinos who love ukay-ukay, bargain shops, and sale items. Those with street smarts perennially ask, walang tawad every time he or she buys.
Morgigi pa daw. 210 lang, boss.
And why not? This means getting the same quality for a lesser price. Camisa di Chino. The camisa di Chino is a collarless shirt with a 2 or 3 button opening at the front of the neck and sleeves without cuffs. It is attributed to the Chinese sailors, traders, and laborers in the Philippines. The camisa de chino is often confused with the barong Tagalog, which is a distinct and separate garment, but these garments are connected. Wearing red or bright colored attire for happy occasions. Red is the most popular color in China. Unlike in Western countries, the color significantly implies positivity, mainly good fortune and joy. Red resembles blooming, enthusiasm, celebration, vitality, and creativity. In China, this bright color brings fame, good luck, and wealth. The Filipinos have adopted this practice of wearing or associating wearing red or brightly colored clothes during Christmas, Valentine's Day, or during one's own birthday. Meanwhile, when mourning, a number of Filipinos wear white clothes, similar also to the Chinese burial practice. Kites. Kites were invented in the early Warring States period by Mozi and Lu Ban, two philosophers who came after the teachings of Confucius. The kites were exclusive to China for many years before the knowledge of how to make and use them advanced. The period saw many attacks from foreign powers as well as civil unrest. Kites played a role in providing military intelligence for the Chinese forces. Morning. Are you curious why no one wears bright colored clothes during funerals? Besides white and black, white and dark colors are appropriate representations of mourning. Vibrant colors of the color red is associated with happiness and fortune. If you wear one while attending a funeral, it will be misinterpreted as you are celebrating that the person died.
Oh, anak, happy birthday! Sabi? Anak, mga ko yung gift ni mo.
Kapasaway, wali patasig pa niya.